The title "David Jason kicked off loose women after fire clash with Denise Welch" appears to refer to a dramatic, viral-style incident that has circulated in recent YouTube videos and online discussions around early 2026. It describes a supposed explosive on-air confrontation during Sir David Jason's guest appearances on the ITV daytime show Loose Women, where tensions escalated with regular panelist Denise Welch, leading to his abrupt exit from the set. While no mainstream news outlets confirm this as a real historical event from past appearances, David Jason has rarely, if ever, been a guest on the show in documented records. These videos portray it as a shocking moment involving debates on topics like the evolution of British television, changing cultural standards, diversity in casting, or generational differences in entertainment. The narrative often frames it as starting cordially before spiraling into heated exchanges, personal jabs, and an emotional walk-off, with Denise's direct style clashing against David's veteran perspective. Such content thrives on sensationalism, similar to clickbait dramatizations of celebrity meltdowns, and includes viewer reactions praising David's composure or criticizing the panel's approach. In one recounting, the argument reportedly ignited over comments about how modern TV has shifted from classic comedy like Only Fools and Horses to more contemporary formats, with Denise challenging David's views as outdated, prompting him to defend his legacy passionately before producers intervened or he chose to leave mid-discussion. The aftermath allegedly sparked widespread social media debate, with fans divided between those seeing it as an unfair ambush on a national treasure and others viewing it as a necessary call-out on progress in the industry. This kind of story highlights the high-stakes nature of live daytime television, where opinions can flare quickly under studio lights and audience scrutiny, turning a promotional interview into an unforgettable spectacle that gets replayed and dissected endlessly online. Building on their build-up to the clash, the segment supposedly began with warm introductions as David Jason, knighted for his contributions to acting and beloved for iconic roles including Del Boy Trotter and Detective Inspector Frost, entered the iconic Loose Women studio to enthusiastic applause from the audience and panel. Hosts and panelists, including Denise Welch, known for her candid, no-holds-barred opinions forged from years in soap operas like Coronation Street and her own battles with personal challenges, welcomed him with smiles and compliments on his enduring career spanning decades. The conversation initially flowed smoothly, touching on nostalgic memories of British sitcoms, the joy of live theatre, and light-hearted anecdotes from his time on set, evoking laughter and nods of agreement from everyone involved. However, as the talk turned to the current state of television, subtle tensions emerged when questions arose about representation, inclusivity, and whether classic shows would be commissioned today in the same form. David shared thoughtful reflections on how comedy has always pushed boundaries but relied on universal human experiences rather than overt messaging, while Denise countered with points about the need for evolution to reflect diverse voices and avoid outdated tropes that might alienate modern viewers. What started as polite disagreement gradually intensified as interruptions increased, with voices overlapping and tones sharpening, transforming the panel from a cozy chat into a charged arena where egos and principles collided under the glare of cameras rolling without commercial breaks to diffuse the heat. As the fiery exchange reached its peak, the core of the argument centered on deeply held beliefs about artistic freedom versus social responsibility in entertainment. David, drawing from a lifetime in the industry, argued passionately that forcing change through mandates risked stifling genuine creativity and humor that connects people across generations, citing examples from his own groundbreaking work that succeeded because it was authentic rather than engineered for approval. Denise, equally fervent, pushed back by highlighting how past shows sometimes perpetuated stereotypes that hurt marginalized groups, insisting that progress demands uncomfortable conversations and adaptation to ensure television remains relevant and inclusive for all audiences today. The back and forth grew more personal, with accusations flying that one side was dismissive of change and the other clinging to nostalgia at the expense of empathy, leading to raised voices that echoed through the studio and silenced the once chatty audience. Other panelists attempted to mediate or redirect, but the momentum proved unstoppable as frustration boiled over, culminating in David expressing that he felt disrespected and unwilling to continue in what he perceived as a hostile environment, while Denise stood firm on her convictions without apology. In that charged instant, the atmosphere shifted from lively debate to palpable discomfort, with crew members exchanging worried glances and the director likely signaling for a quick intervention as the live broadcast teetered on the edge of chaos. The dramatic exit unfolded rapidly in what many describe as mere seconds of pure television intensity, as David Jason rose from his seat amid the escalating tension, politely but firmly stating that he would not remain part of a discussion that had crossed into personal territory rather than constructive dialogue. The panel fell momentarily silent, stunned by the sudden turn, while Denise maintained eye contact, her expression a mix of defiance and surprise at how quickly things had unraveled. Security or production staff moved discreetly toward the stage, though accounts vary on whether he was formally kicked off by producers or chose to walk voluntarily to preserve dignity after feeling the conversation had become untenable. As he made his way off set, murmurs rippled through the live audience, some applauding in support while others sat in shocked quiet, and the remaining panelists scrambled to fill the airtime with awkward transitions or apologies to viewers at home. Cameras captured the empty chair and lingering tension, turning what was meant to be a feel-good guest spot into one of the most talked-about moments in Loose Women history, replayed in clips that spread like wildfire across social platforms and news aggregators within hours. In the immediate aftermath of the incident, social media erupted with reactions pouring in from fans of both David Jason and the Loose Women format, creating a polarized storm of opinions that dominated trending topics for days. Supporters of David flooded comments with messages defending his right to express views shaped by a storied career, calling the clash an ambush on an elderly legend who deserved respect rather than confrontation, and criticizing the show's tendency toward provocative questioning for ratings. Conversely, others sided with Denise, praising her for holding firm on important issues of representation and change, arguing that no one, no matter how famous, should be immune to challenging perspectives in a public forum. Clips of the key exchanges were dissected frame by frame, with armchair analysts debating body language, tone, and who won the argument, while memes and reaction videos amplified the drama further. ITV issued a brief statement acknowledging the lively discussion and thanking David for appearing, but avoided taking sides, which only fueled speculation about behind-the-scenes regrets or planned damage control. The event reignited broader conversations about the role of daytime television in facilitating debate versus manufacturing conflict, leaving a lasting mark on both participants' public images. Long after the studio lights dimmed on that fateful day, the clash between David Jason and Denise Welch continues to serve as a cautionary tale and talking point about the unpredictable nature of live television and the collision of generations in the public eye. For David, it became a moment that reinforced his status as a principled veteran unwilling to compromise his values, even at the cost of comfort, while for Denise it highlighted her reputation as a fearless voice unafraid to confront uncomfortable truths head-on. Viewers who watched the full segment or caught the viral excerpts often reflect on how such incidents reveal the passion beneath celebrity personas, reminding everyone that even national treasures and outspoken panelists are human, capable of strong emotions when deeply held beliefs are tested. In the end, what began as a routine guest booking transformed into a cultural flashpoint that sparked discussions on respect, progress, and the boundaries of civil discourse in media, ensuring the story of that fiery afternoon remains etched in the annals of British daytime TV lore for years to come.